This is the December 29th, 2025 special meeting. City building. Vote for the 2026 town board president.
He's been doing one.
All in favor? Special meeting January 16th, 2 o'clock, open sealed CCMG bids.
That's something that I didn't have on the original schedule for meetings.
Town offices closed January 1st, 2026, New Year's Day. Acknowledgement of Principal Bond Marcy.
You guys. So what you do, I need you to sign, print your name, your title, and then sign again there. Please.
This needs voted on or anything.
No, it's just
Yeah.
my,
Okay.
this is for the next one, the position bond.
Okay,
This covers you three and the police officers, where if we need you to take the money to the bank, you're covered. Yep. Thank you.
okay, interested in community cleanup day.
So I received an email from Tanya Williams. And I don't know if you guys want to take it under advisement and decide on it at your January meeting. They're going across Randolph County trying to do cleanup in all of our towns.
Let's table that till it's in. But I'm very much interested.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Library, storage space, and garage for rummage sale.
So Carrie sent me an email over on the 27th, and she had more books donated to her, but she doesn't have any space for them. So she's wanting to know if we know of any space. So I was thinking, I don't know how much she has. I know she has these 15 books, but you know, I have that back room in the storage back here, or the old council room. If you guys are okay with her moving some books in there for storage. And then what she's wanting, she wants garage space to use during the town rummage, like she did during the chili cook-off and stuff.
If she's gonna use the garage, it'd be more logical for her to use the old council room back there.
I know that I have stuff in there. I have stuff that needs to be shredded, you know, when it's available. And I don't know how much
guys get-
Joe
you got
and
stuff in
Melvin
there?
have.
There's 2 filing cabinets of ours.
I think there's empty ones too, empty filing cabinets. I can't imagine that
I
either.
did tell her when she needed. Couldn't get in there
Oh my,
to get to the breaker box or the water heater or. I told her it's the fire department, but she needed to be sure that a little bit, so. She's gonna need a
What else you got in there?
bunch of books.
Books.
Books?
Movie things back and forth there.
I'll make a motion, we let him use the old.
Area of that.
And also
All in
go ahead
favor?
and approve the use of the garage of the town room and say.
All in favor? Aye. Retain attorney agreement.
So Jason says that you guys can vote, it's the same contract he's always done. It's this one. Where it's $3,000 per year. That's what he's always had for us. So he says if you guys want to retain him as a attorney for next year, you need to vote on it and sign it.
Make a motion, we do so.
All in favor?
Aye. Well, that's what I'm good for.
Yeah.
This one's good. Put this on 29 December and put 25. Yeah, and you stretch out and put 2025. Thank you.
Okay. Conflict of interest for Jason. Same as always.
Yep. You guys need to vote on that too, that you guys are aware there's conflict of interest with him doing an area plan.
Make. So I'll second. No, I'll say.
In favor?
Say again. Yeah.
Yes, please.
You get the rest out.
Thank you.
Okay, police. What do we want to do with the old police office?
What Jason says is that we probably need to do an appraisal and then just let Danny know what the appraisal comes back at.
Good. Get a appraisal and we'll go with that. All done.
Or do you want me to find Wagner to do it?
Yeah, they could do it.
Andy did it before.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's the reason I'm.
Thank you. We figured so.
Only makes sense to sell to him.
Small space,
It will, you know. Have you been in contact with Greg? The other office?
I have not. I ran out of time before I left on vacation.
It's on the- it's locked.
Is that quite a bit?
Filing cabinet full of random odds and ends, desk with normal stuff on it, but I haven't seen either one of them in there. Greg was in there a year or so ago when he was here for a meeting. That's the first I'd seen any of them back in there in years, so. They kept that as a formality, I think,
Yeah.
and then never.
I'll contact him this week.
Steve says streets, Steve signed contractor choice one for the 2026
Yeah.
CCMG.
I just had to have it. You already signed it.
All right, okay.
Yep. I just had to announce it in the meeting.
Okay. Fire, 2026 fire contract, Farmland Road Township, Stony Creek, Township and Green Township.
Okay, so what I did, I probably should have put the other thing first, the explanation of the letter. Like I told you guys before, we weren't able to keep it at the same price that we always have. We had to raise it. It went up considerably for Monroe Township, and it went down for Stony Creek because of, had to do with population, took down. So what I did was I figured the formula, did their pricing. It's the exact same contracts as we always do, except for the pricing. So you guys want to vote to, you guys want to review them? I need to get them done before the end of the year. So I don't know how much time you guys want to spend on them or
Pretty much the formula broke down to population and tax base, right?
Yep.
Population, run volume had no bearing in it. There's nothing as far as one, we respond to one more than the other. It's based mainly on population and what our expenses, actual expenses are.
Correct.
So with what they pay in by the formula, everybody's has gone up either because of population change or because of what our actual operating expenses are for insurance, fuel, and is there another?
The base contract price is based on the clothing car allowance that we pay every year, the repair and maintenance except to buildings, so any repair and maintenance to any of the engines, the fuel consumption, which definitely varies every year, and the fire and first responder compensation, so any pay that we do them for each year. And that base contract price is based on the last year that's been closed, so it's this pricing that I have is based on 2024. And then we take the population and how many units serve that population, and that's how we get the final number.
Some townships are covered by 3 or 4 fire departments.
Stony Creek's by 2, Green's by 3.
When I talked to Jenny Main about Monroe's, he expected some sort of increase at some point because it hadn't changed in nearly.
2009.
2009 is last time it changed.
He expected some sort of change, knows that it's coming, like formula. Right now, we actually make a little more. And that's just because they haven't changed theirs. So I assume that it will all be pretty balanced by the time it's all said and done.
So what it equals out to for the base price is $8.25 a person. That's what someone pays for fire coverage, is $8.25.
Make the motion that we go ahead and approve all three,
All four?
all four. Second, again.
All in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
So there's 2 contracts I need you guys to sign, two for each one. This one's the Farmland Fire Department. So I'll need you to date it and sign it on both copies. Township. Copies. date them also?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then back to,
And the last one was. It's still.
Take care, Dan.
thanks.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely happy New Year.
Yep, thanks.
Yep. There's two more.
This is for
That will be for green.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we've already did the letter, right?
Well, I don't know if you guys are okay with the verbiage on the letter. You want to read over it? That's.
We all have.
Oh, okay.
And it just gives, I put the spreadsheets on how I did it. So it's just an explanation of why it is what it is. So I just need your guys' approval to send the letters with the contracts.
We'll make a motion.
Let's second it.
All in favor? Aye. Review state fire marshal's recommended fee schedule and determine if we want to advise and adopt the fees.
And if we want to move forward, if you guys want to move forward with these costs, Joe sent these to me. Then Jason said we need to advertise in the paper that the costs are raising. Cause you guys don't,
At this time, the only thing we've ever invoiced for hazmat response, and that's only to the semi-driver's insurance. That's typically the only time that it's ever happened. I can count on one hand how many times that happened. And then the other thing we bill for is directly to an insurance company if there's a house fire. Because most homeowners insurance has a maximum of a $500 payout to the local fire department for a regular structure fire with a total loss. And we've had those that their insurance didn't have that rider, so we just get it, and the taxpayer doesn't have to pay that on top. I mean, it's just one of those, we send it to an insurance company. If they had the rider, they pay it, sometimes they don't.
If they don't, they don't.
State Farm Marshal's office sent that around a month or so ago, just to update everybody's information on some changes that they've made and the proposed pretty much fee schedule where responses can be billed. figured that was one of those things that we could probably find somebody's ordinance or something that one of the bigger cities has passed.
Well, our ordinance has that verbiage in there.
You get-
It doesn't have, I mean, it has a different, yeah, but our ordinances say that.
Then again, this would go to the insurance company.
Way it's set. And again.
Yeah.
At one point, put the lien on the property, and lost everything they had, $500 or $600, fire response, whatever it is, but if they have insurance and had the right to do it, or if it's a hazmat incident or a commercial property, then that's the bills a little more than what we've been able to do in the past.
In the past, who's done the actual billing?
But we just send an invoice from the fire department itself. They just
Okay.
come through up here.
And does that return then to the general fund?
That returns from the fire department.
Or-
That kind of look at that's had my response happened or structure fires. We didn't do any this year, but had it. Ours is the last one I did. Out for a year.
Didn't do it because they didn't have insurance, they didn't have the right or,
Well, you either don't have a total loss fire.
oh,
that their
okay.
insurance would-
It has to be a total loss.
It had to be an involved structure fire, it had to be a 12 house. Is that the only way we've ever built it? Fire, so fast, that's hard. So, we respond to them, can't
On
build it.
this one, I mean, it goes,
It breaks down clear to command staff.
Yeah.
Which is the way the hazmat responds. So if you had a semi rip open fuel tank somewhere on crash, and you bill their insurance company, you bill them for instant command, you bill them
well,
for actual expense of materials to use, and then each apparatus. But, fun. There and as far as revenue to bring stuff back in, especially on large responses that we, normally wouldn't.
have you ever been able to collect off of automobile or,
We at one time asked, and this is 10+ years ago. I think Bubba was the time, but the board at the time wasn't even entertaining the idea of invoicing for automobile crashes. It was brought to them, 99% of our crashes aren't taxpayers. I mean,
no?
we have several traffic crashes that take several man hours or several things that pair of tools or use supplies. And these people are from out of town, they're paying state taxes, but it's not county taxes. So we ask about, at that time, and like I said, it's probably been 10+ years ago, about invoicing for automobile accidents. There are several departments around that do that.
In the county?
The same thing,
Well-
it'd be the insurance company.
Right, they just go to the insurance company, and if, they have liability insurance, let up turn.
I think you should do it.
They don't turn it
Myself.
elections.
Yeah.
The only thing that I know, and I know I don't know individual billing companies who's using who right now, but I know there are several billing companies that advertise that they do all that labor. Like you give them the information and they do the invoicing and they do like Randolph County, I don't even know who they use. Their checks for EMS go somewhere in India, I think.
Yeah, they are now.
I don't know if that's a company that does.
Their specialty is medical But
I know we've gotten advertising before, and it was just something, I mean, they were, it was, or at the time, you know, wasn't entertained. They thought that was a service that they just provided because of the taxpayers.
take long to use your $8.50 up. What I'm saying is, I think with the rising costs and everything we're looking at, so I think we probably need to table this, have Jason get it written up where we can advertise it, but I think we need to go after automobile insurance, we need to go everything we can. Now, I understand you can't get blood out of a turnip, but I think the day and age now is what we're facing, we need to try to recover. Because you guys spend a lot of time on these automobile accidents, and we just spent buku money on a new rescue truck and the equipment on it, and we need to try to,
I agree.
get some of our money back.
It needs to cut back to the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, buildings.
Back to the general fund. I think we need to pursue this.
I think so too.
Have Jason get it prepared where we can advertise it.
You say it's already in our order.
Yes, but not,
Just-
not
just-
these
just
prices,
needs to be up.
right?
Engine, truck, and apparatus. You could possibly recover $1,000 from one of that and more. And I think more and more of the insurance companies are, or the homeowners, aren't they, Joe? This rider's in there.
Yeah, I mean, most of them, I think, have that in there, unless it's just liability or just, you know, I mean, there are people that.
Yeah.
In here that have insurance at all, and, you know,
Yeah,
it's just the sad reality of where they cut costs, but, you know, most of these cars that roll through, you know, all have full coverage insurance on them and are all expecting some sort of, you know, some sort of response for a crash or,
and,
you know.
and farmland will be out of our coverage area many times with the rescue.
You know, rescue territory.
Yeah, in your territory.
I don't know how that works. You build that separate, or how that one works. That one will get a little tricky.
You think it would? I mean, if it's set in the,
It's not set in a contract.
oh, you mean with that township?
Yeah, we don't have a rescue territory township with MoDOT, with Union Township or Whiskey.
Well, you do.
It's just a mutual aid contract. Written contract, it's just a mutual aid agreement with their fire department. The same is if we call Parker for mutual aid for a structure fire. You know, they don't get to bill the insurance company for.
No.
Now, their department should be able to bill that for their response as the fire territory.
We should be able to bill it for a rescue.
But I'm sure Union Township's not set up to bill anything, let alone
Not hard
to
to set,
separate it for,
not hard to set up to go to a fire.
yeah. That was, the big one up in Green Township, or, yeah, in Green was when we were watching mutual aid Albany, in certain areas 4 or 5 years ago, that they were worried about who gets invoiced.
Because
It's their fire territory, but if we beat them to a rescue and completed the rescue, if we were gonna invoice, we didn't have anything set up to invoice. So they were still planning on invoicing for their total response. So I know Albany's set up to some sort of fee schedule.
Now, are they still, is that an automatic response to rescue now in Green Township? Good.
Albany is everything north of, and it's kinda jagged, north of River Road, pretty much
Even on rescue?
clear over to 600 west.
Had some bad situations that way.
Yeah.
Let's see, you gonna talk to Jason
let's, table it, let's get Jason to advertise it. And I kinda like those fees that the state fire marshal has provided here. That's kind of a, if it's coming out of state fire marshal, that's kind of gonna be a standard for the state.
It'll be set, yeah.
Some people might think it's harsh, but gotta pay these bills.
A claim docket, December 29th, 2025, $7,087.14.
Back to the fire department, 124 runs for these. So I would imagine we'll finish them under 130.
How's that break down?
Where's that go fit in that?
72,000.
I mean, how's that break down?
7,287.
$72,087.14.
Responders are way down.
72,087.14.
Usually they were 85% of the calls, and we were around 300 calls a year.
Right.
So we cut out 200-ish calls by having an ambulance here.
I just wish we could get dispatch to recognize that 625 west is a lot closer to farmland first responders on cardiac arrest rather than White River. I've been
And
told-
again, that breaks down to the township,
Yeah,
because they're a township fire department, they're not gonna contract out any area.
but it should be a dual response. I mean,
It should be, there
The
should
best-
be.
just go off the phone with that one family, out in 625. Reason they had to page the ambulance out twice that day.
Yeah, with quite a delay. I'm not sure what.
We need to vote on that.
Hmm.
We need to vote on that.
On
The
Claims docket.
I make the motion. we approve it.
Second it. All in favor? Aye. Resolutions and ordinances. Ordinance 2025-09 amended 2026 salary ordinance.
We need a vote to read it by title only.
One second.
All in favor? Aye. Ordinance 2025-09, the amended 2026 salary ordinance fixing the salaries of elected and appointed officials of the town of Farmington.
Motion that we approve.
We still have to have two more readings.
All in favor?
Make a motion that we suspend the rules and by title only for the second reading. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ordinance 2025-09, the amended 2026 salary ordinance fixing the salaries of the elected and appointed officials of the town of Farmington.
Third reading.
The third reading.
Make a motion, title only.
All in favor? Aye. Ordinance 2025-09, the amended 2026 salary ordinance fixing the salaries of elected and appointed officials of the town of Farmland.
Make a motion that we.
All in favor? Aye.
I messed up the date on the first page. I put, on the original ordinance, I put December 27th and it's December 26th. So I asked Jason if I had to redo the whole ordinance or could I just say it? And he goes, nope, redo the whole thing.
Okay, citizens' comments. Okay,
You guys are aware that Melvin's out for a couple weeks?
no,
What?
Yeah, Melvin's out for a couple weeks. He had emergency gallbladder surgery.
Oh, wow. How? When'd that happen? Oh.
The sugar free pop doesn't get it.
Wow. No warning?
He said he's had a couple bouts and went through them and they weren't, 100% sure that's what it was. And finally, we hit him in on Christmas Day. They had much more tests on him. Yeah, it was surgery and things like that.
What happens if you start getting older?
11 years ago when I had my workup for my transplant, they check everything. And she told me then that your gallbladder's terrible. She said it's all enlarged and just full of sludge. And she said, "Don't it bother you?" And I said, "No." She pushed off. She said, "Doesn't that hurt?" And I said, "No." She said, "I'm not gonna worry about it if it's not bothering you." But she said, "It's terrible."
Is it still
Yeah.
there?
Yeah,
Still got it?
still got it.
Andy, I didn't have anything on here for you. Did you have anything?
She said, "If it's not."
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, and I can't pay for it now.
Any problem getting that shut off in behind the car wash?
Good.
They said one time, that guy had set box in himself. Yeah,
Well, it was a bunch of help, I heard. Yeah. So was it plastic then? Was it in bad shape? Good.
You guys have anything else?
Nope.
Okay, you're done.
You're staying where it's warm. Right?